Art the Clown first made his debut appearance in the short film The Ninth Circle back in 2008. In the short, we followed his pursuit of a young woman named Casey in an empty train station on Halloween night. For those of you who don't know who Art the Clown is, he's a creepy, psychopathic killer clown that doesn't talk and doesn't speak and is extremely gory with his kills. What started off as a creepy glimpse into Art the Clown quickly became a full-length feature in Dameon Leone's 2016 feature Terrifier. Leone set up a GoFundMe to raise the budget to make Terrifier. On the back of the crowdfunded script, the movie was released and applauded for its extreme gore and special effects with a total budget of around $35,000. The movie went on to gross more than $400,000, making it a massive success for such an indie movie. And from that point on, Art the Clown became a cult icon, which led to the creation of his second feature, Terrifier 2. Just a quick side note, be sure to check out our full-length look back at Terrifier 1. Click the card on the screen to check that out. Terrifier 2 upped the ante on every single aspect of the first. The budget increased substantially as Leone once again turned to Indiegogo to fund the movie. With over a 430% success rate on the campaign, the team was able to gain $250,000 to work with when their initial goal was only $50,000. With a 6-digit budget to work with, Leone and the crew didn't let it go to waste. Terrifier 2 blew the first one out of the water in terms of gore, special effects, and quality in general. The second chapter follows a teenage girl and her brother on Halloween night after Art the Clown is resurrected by a sinister entity. As a result, we get yet another extremely gory rampage with no remorse. Terrifier 2 brought a new level of gore and graphic violence, so much so that people were actually throwing up in the movie theaters and walking out because of Art the Clown's kills and violence. One of the biggest differences between the first and the second, besides the quality, was also the runtime. With the 2-hour and 18-minute rundown, the carnage was real. One of the most unsettling things about both Terrifier films is the creepy silence as Art the Clown practices, especially when he's going on a massacre. There's something so charming as well that David Howard Thornton's performance as the killer clown brings, even without a word being spoken, and relying mainly on facial and visual action. Terrifier 2 was released on pretty favorable reviews from the audience and critics alike as a fun yet disturbing horror movie for that reason. So with all the success that came with Terrifier 2, as much as indie movies go, it's no surprise that fans and studio heads have high hopes for another one. And it was a couple of months back that Dameon Leone and the crew came out and announced Terrifier 3 was happening. So here's what we know about it so far. Terrifier 3 will be a Christmas slasher movie and will star Lauren Lavera, who played one of the lead characters in the previous film and one that ultimately ended up defeating Art the Clown. Spoilers. David Howard Thornton will return as Art the Clown, of course, and it's set to come out in October 2024 and aims to up the ante once again somehow in the gore department, and has become extremely apparent as Leone boasted, particularly in the first 5 minutes of the movie. He stated that the first 5 minutes of the movie will be controversial, so much so that some of the bigger Hollywood studios were scared away from the project when it was initially brought to them. We don't know exactly what he's alluding to, of course, but judging by the trailer that just dropped, he could be talking about a child maybe. We're not entirely sure. This is of course speculation, and some people were kind of nervous about that or anything involving a child kill. Obviously that's very controversial, and if it's coming from Dameon Leone himself, which judging by the track record of Terrifier 1 and 2 and how gory and disturbing those are as far as violence goes, then we can only imagine that this is probably some either extreme kill or something that we totally didn't see coming. But either way, we're looking forward to seeing it. It's been a while. We'd love to see some of the quality and some of the story fleshed out as well. I did like the two movies, and while they're not known for their storylines or anything, it'll be really cool if they're actually able to sort of flesh that out a little bit more, no pun intended, and give us more of the characters as well. That'd be good, along with upping the ante on the gore and all the blood and all that fun stuff. Obviously, these movies aren't really meant to be extremely just straight horror movies. There's not a lot of jump scares. Obviously, it's really creepy. It's extremely gory, and that's the fun of it, I guess. I would also like to see some of the horror elements explored as well. They are, of course, horror movies, but I'm just saying, traditionally speaking, it's not like there's a bunch of jump scares or anything like that, so would love to see that explored as well. I'm curious also to see about the runtime. I'm not sure how far they're willing to go with it. Terrifier 2 was 2 hours and 18 minutes, so we'll have have to see if they're going to push that even further. Imagine like a 3-hour gore fest. Obviously, a lot of movies out there are a lot longer than they actually end up being when they're produced. They're usually edited down a lot. But since this is more of an indie movie, they might have a little more free reign. So I'm curious to see what the runtime's going to be looking like. But ultimately, I am really excited for it. And it's going to be a while until Terrifier 3 officially drops on the big screen. So let us know below what you think of the newest movie and the trailer that just dropped. So let us know below, and be sure to tell us if you're a fan of Art the Clown. Thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest of movies and TV. Placid5 signing off.